Hey guys, so it's been a while. Amariah is now 14 weeks old. She's like an old lady. Currently, we are struggling with cradle cap in her head and forehead, if you are wondering what this is. But let's get to it. I wanted to make this video about Amariah's stomach issues and what's been going on with that. Before, we thought that it was acid reflux or maybe colic, and that's what we thought we were going through. But come to find out, this little one is allergic to milk. More than lactose intolerant, she can't have any form of dairy or lactose in her diet, which means that I can't because I'm breastfeeding. The way we found out was she had symptoms of being colicky, wouldn't stop crying, unconsolable, just screaming to the top of her lungs, and it always seemed like she was in so much pain, and we couldn't figure it out. We were doing research, taking her back and forth to the doctor. The doctor was telling us that it was normal, that infants struggle with stomach issues because their digestive tract isn't fully developed. And I took care of multiple kids. My little sister was born when I was 15. My brother was born when I was 16. So those were like my kids. So I knew that it wasn't normal. I've taken care of other people's kids, and they never ever screamed as much as she did. And you can tell she was in pain because she would just, it was awful. All day, every day. Even the majority of it was at night. And she would just scream out in pain. We were trying to like massage her stomach, do the bicycles, play Mozart music. Nothing helped. Sometimes the music would help, but for the most part, nothing helped. As you can see, she hasn't cried at all since I've started this video, and it's about to go on 3 minutes so far. So what happened was we were doing the Mylicon drops. First we did gripe water. Then I heard that gripe water, something about it being not good for the baby, so we ended up stopping that. Then we went to Mylicon drops, and those kind of helped, but I was giving it to her so much throughout the day that she just, it concerned me that we were giving it to her so much. So she we ended up doing the Mylicon drops. I tried stopping eating different foods. Amir, can you come on? No. She's eating. What did I stop eating? Well, while I was pregnant, I wasn't drinking milk. I was always doing almond milk, just because I thought that my stomach was gassy whenever I drank regular milk, and I really don't like regular milk to begin with. So I was doing almond milk. So when she came, I was still eating cheese and eating yogurt, stuff with dairy in it. So one day it was just so bad that I called the doctor, and she's like, oh, she just has acid reflux. So we started her on the medicine for acid or whatever. I can't think of the name of it right now. We started her on that. It kind of helped a little bit. It helped her stop throwing up out of her nose and her mouth, which was a very high concern for me because I would put her in the car seat, and I always had to carry the blue bulb with me wherever we went, no matter what, because she will always throw up out of her nose. One time it was so bad that we were going to Walmart or somewhere, and I was outside about to put her in the car seat. She was already in the car seat, buckled up, everything. I heard her go, and I dropped everything, put her on the ground, grabbed the bulb out my purse, and looked like I lifted up, because we live in Michigan. I lifted up the blanket, and she was like, she literally could not breathe at all. So of course it scared me. I couldn't get the bottom buckle undone, and I was trying so hard that I ended up breaking my whole nail trying to get it off. I eventually got it, and it was just throw up everywhere. Like, just, it was very scary, as you can imagine. And with Amara, she's the only child that I've seen that throws up silently. So without her doing that gasp, I wouldn't have known, because she was so tiny that I couldn't feel her like moving around. And it's wintertime, so I never have the cover off of her face until we get in the car or whatever. So that was scary. That happened a couple of times. That happened one time I was we were sleeping, and I don't know what woke me up, because again, she's silent, it's quiet. I just had a feeling, and again, she was doing the shaking motion, like trying to get herself to breathe, but she couldn't breathe out of her nose and out of her mouth because there was throw up in the way. We gave her the medicine. That's kind of slowed down. She was still like very, very gassy, a lot in pain, seemed like somebody was sticking her with a needle. So one night I went to change her diaper, and there was poop. She pooped. All babies poop, right? Especially breastfed babies. They all poop a lot. So she pooped, and there was blood in her poop. I have preemie girls, preemie twins. They were 1 pound 10 and 1 pound 12. And never have I ever seen blood in their stool, ever. It freaked me out. So I called that night, and they told me to call in the morning to make a same-day appointment. We went to go talk to a specialist who specialized in GI tracts, and that's actually the same doctor, nurse practitioner, who helped us with Elena's issues, which I'll make a video about another day. But so she's like, hey, I remember you. You got a new baby? And I was like, yeah. She's like, she's so cute. And I'm like, you know. But she said, so what's going on? We told her all of the history, and she's like, okay, so are you still eating cheese? Are you still eating yogurt? And I said, yeah. She's like, she's allergic to milk, not just lactose intolerant, like strictly allergic to milk. She's like, that's a telltale sign that babies are allergic to milk. If there's blood in their stool, stop the milk. Stop the soy. Look at every ingredient. If it's the 5th ingredient, milk or soy is in the 5th ingredient up, then you can't eat it. So from that day forward, I stopped all milk byproducts, soy I can't eat. So every time I eat something, I have to look at the back of the label and figure out. I just found out that one of my favorite teas has soy lactate in it. Lactane, whatever that word is. And I'm like, why does it have soy in it? I Googled it, obviously. And a lot of things have soy in it because they want it to stay separate and look nice. So that was that. So now I have to look at literally everything. I'm glad that I made the cup of tea, and I'm like, well, let me look at the label. Something told me just look at the label. Looked at the label, and it has soy as the 3rd ingredient. It's like, seriously. So it's been a struggle trying to stay to it. Not because I want to, but because it's hard to see what has soy, what has milk, what doesn't, what does. But I found a lot of good ice creams, frozen desserts that I can eat. But she has been doing a lot better. She still throws up a lot, and I'm still giving her the medicine once a day, because twice a day was making her stopped up like crazy. It was like she wouldn't poop. It was going on 4 days. So there's that. But she is a happy little butt, huh? Hi, Meryl. And she's teething already. Say hi. Hi, pretty. You looking at that balloon up there? Huh? Alright, but that's all I wanted to talk about. There's a burp. You got it? That's all I wanted to talk about. And I hope this video was a little bit helpful. I know it was here, there, everywhere, but that's how I always am. Hi, Meroge. Hi, Rosebud. Yes? So maybe next time I will talk about Elena's stomach issues. That's going to be a long story. This one was a short one because she's only been alive for 14 weeks. A short one, but extreme. But thank you guys for watching this video. I hope it helped a little. If your kid went through this, oh, and all these little spots and stuff, she also said that's another sign that a kid is allergic to milk, because they break out a lot. And people with what is that? Eczema, however you want to say it, may be allergic to milk. So there's another nugget. And there's another nugget. Say bye.